What's up, wrestling fans? Welcome to another small package edition of the Smack Talk podcast from smarkoutmoment.com. I am your host, Tony Mango. On the mic with me for this episode, we got Steven Wago.
Yo, I'm Steven Wago.
Yo, and you're on the line. That's why we're
Yes.
talking. So, if you don't know what a small package is, then insert
Check between your legs.
Yeah, I was going to try to figure out another way to go with that. Which, by the way, you can buy a t-shirt that says small package on the TeePublic thing. Only a couple more hours where it's cheaper. But yeah, small package podcasts are just quicker, bite-sized news breakdown kind of things because something has happened and we want to talk about it. And we don't want to wait until the next hot tags because by that time it's going to be like, a week ago this happened or whatever. We've done one of them in the past. Actually, we did two of them, technically. One of them was John Cena, his injury when that first happened, and we knew that he wasn't going to be wrestling at WrestleMania. And the second one was after we had gotten done recording Smack Talk, which was China passing away. So basically, small package ends up being not good news. Because if it was just kind of like, hey, somebody's got a baby or something, we're not going to be like, oh my God, gotta get everybody for a podcast. But today, we got to talk about a suspension. And it's not just any suspension of like a wellness policy or whatever like that. Jerry the King Lawler, WWE Hall of Famer, suspended indefinitely because of an arrest. Now, we're getting more and more news as this is going on. The original report that WWE.com says here, I'm just going to read it out for people that didn't read it. It says, Jerry Lawler was arrested at his home Friday morning by the Shelby County Sheriff's Office in Memphis, Tennessee. Every time I read Memphis, Tennessee, I think, I'm the king of Memphis, Tennessee. According to a police report, Lawler and his girlfriend, Lauren McBride, were taken into custody and booked on alleged charges of domestic assault, bodily harm, a misdemeanor. WWE has zero tolerance for matters involving domestic violence, and per our policy, Jerry Lawler has been suspended indefinitely following his arrest. Now, we had just recently had another arrest for domestic abuse, which was Adam Rose. Adam Rose gets fired. First question I gotta ask you, Wago. Lawler gonna get fired from this?
There's a very good chance. Also, 66 years old and he's dating a 27-year-old. You dog.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't gonna like, I've heard people shun that, and I'm like, I don't fucking blame him.
I don't either. I mean, let me Google her real quick to see what she looks like. So she's really, if he's winning when it comes to that.
There's a picture on the link I just dropped you.
She does not look bad at all. Hat tip to Lawler.
But yeah, as far as this whole suspension thing goes, they said indefinitely, which is normally code for, yo, you're getting fired, but we're just going to give you like half the benefit of the doubt.
Mm-hmm.
So this doesn't look good for Lawler. Though what he has, as opposed to Adam Rose, is senior.
Rolls.
Hey, he's gonna be after he fucking sees those indie paychecks.
Don't be a lemon, be bread.
He has seniority with the company.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big plus for him. It wasn't too long ago that he had his own network special done on him either, it was advertisement for a DVD, which was pretty good. Apparently he's still wrestling, and this was after a show, which was something called, the best part about it, the Memphis show he was on was something like One Night in the Slammer.
Yeah, A Night at the Slammer. You can't fucking write that, you know?
It's fucking brilliant.
He released some kind of a report here. I'm checking WrestlingInc.com for the source when it comes to that. He says that they had gotten into a shouting match. She had been drinking a lot. She threatened to leave. He didn't want her to leave because she would have been driving drunk. Then she had an unloaded gun and she was threatening to kill herself, which is contradictory to another report, which was saying that Lawler got a gun, put it on the counter, and told her to kill herself. So either he's like, just shoot yourself in the head, here's the gun, or she is saying, I'm going to shoot myself, and he's like, I got the bullets. She scratched his face, and he's claiming that he didn't really do anything to her. Another report says that he hit her in the head and pushed her against a stove. Usually in these kind of scenarios, people act like they're completely innocent, and it turns out that they're not. But then again, we've had instances many times in the past of people that are like just flat out lying because they want to seem like the victim. We've had people that, this is not to shoehorn certain people into certain situations, but we have had many times where a woman in particular has cried wolf because she is wrong and she wants the guy to look bad. And in this society, the guy is always the fucking problem, you know? So I don't want to say that I believe Lawler, but at the same time, I can't not believe part of it too, you know?
Well, here's the thing, but you've also got to look at when it comes down to this is, does Lola have a history of domestic violence abuse? To my knowledge, he doesn't. I know he's got a history of banging women younger than him.
Right.
Dangerously younger than him. But it just seems kind of like out of the blue. Domestic violence, at least in America for the most part, it typically takes, like age-wise, between 18 and like mid-30s. So it's just kind of weird for a 66-year-old guy with no history of domestic abuse to just go ahead and do this. So I want to give him the benefit of the doubt until more facts are out there. I also know a bunch of 27-year-olds that are a bunch of fucking idiots and got into arguments that have ended violently too.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to discredit the fact that she might totally be the victim and she's totally right. The fact that they both have conflicting stories about this gun makes me think they're both at fault in some way.
Right. That's another thing too, because just because one person might be telling the truth in something doesn't mean they're lying about something else.
If I had to take a guess at it, I wouldn't be surprised if she did bring in the gun into the equation, said that she was going to kill herself, and Lola fucking slammed the gun down and went, okay, do it.
Right. That sounds the most likely option to me, because he probably has enough arguments with her. And anybody's been in this situation, I'm sure. You get to a point where if you're arguing with somebody, you eventually just go, oh my fucking God, I don't want to argue anymore. And, you know, you might say something like that. In the heat of the moment, you get upset. If she pulls a gun out and she's drinking, and he says in the one thing here that she had gotten into a fist fight with her aunt at, why did I say aunt? I never say aunt. That's weird. I always call it aunt. At the CMA Awards when she got drunk. So she has like frequent drinking spats with people.
So she can't handle the liquor, obviously.
Yeah, and if that's the case and she was drinking here, she probably was pissed drunk and was just kind of like, oh, fuck you, I'm pissed off at something. And he was just kind of like, oh my fucking God, I don't want to deal with this anymore. And then he took it to another dangerous level. She probably scratched him, called 911, plays victim a little bit. He's pissed that he's being looked at as, you know, the problem, probably takes a little bit of anger out on her. Total speculation, I gotta say. Don't start, you know, throwing this out there for...
Yeah, we're not trying to discredit anyone who's the victim. We're not trying to discredit anybody who's right or wrong. We're just trying to work off with the evidence we've got here. And I'm guessing it was just a stupid little argument of her not being able to hold her liquor, and Jerry probably got a little more physical than he should have. Because there's also the issue that he shoved her into the stove and hit her in the head.
Right. And if he did that, then he's at fault for at least that.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he didn't start it. You
know? Now, if this happened because she's scratching him and she's trying to get her off, and
then I'm on his side.
Yeah, it's like, it's one of these where it's trying to weigh out what happened. Either way, when it gets investigated, I guarantee it looks better for Jerry Lawler than it does for her, because apparently he's untouchable in Memphis.
So you think that they would even, like, cover something up?
I don't think someone would go out their way to do it, but I think he's got enough context to make it happen.
Do you think Kevin Sullivan did it?
Probably. All right, welcome to SmackDown. I'm Mauro Ranallo here with Stevie Richards.
Jim Ross left some kind of a comment on his website about this. He says, shocked to hear of my friend Jerry Lawler's arrest in Memphis late Thursday night. I thought it was this morning. I don't know.
No, they're all the stories are fucking conflicting. Maybe it was like 1 a.m., so technically it was last night, but...
Maybe Jim Ross did it, and he's in on it.
Cracked to his barbecue sauce bottle.
Jim Ross, all right, here's the story. Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler have secretly been a couple this whole time, and she found out... He says King's fiance was also jailed on the same charge. Allegedly, alcohol was a contributing factor in this matter that resulted in Jerry being suspended indefinitely from WWE, as WWE has a zero tolerance policy as it relates to domestic violence issues. For the record, Jerry doesn't drink whatsoever, nor have I ever seen him act aggressively toward any female or anyone else for that matter. I have not spoken to Jerry recently and hope that this unfortunate matter can be resolved quickly and efficiently. So Lawler's backing up the idea that he doesn't drink. nor does he act violently to people. Now, he's his buddy.
Now, there's a quick way to remedy this. There should be a toxicity report. Is that what it's called when they check your alcohol levels?
Mm-hmm.
So, if there's a toxicity report and he's coming up clean and she's coming up not clean, then it pretty much paints the story of what happened.
Right.
Because I don't think Jerry Lawler, age 66, mellowed in his age and occasionally doing a show at Memphis, is going to just beat the shit out of somebody without reason.
Yeah.
Her being a drunken idiot, reason.
Yeah, and I don't know anything about this woman. She could be the biggest bitch in the world. She could be the biggest sweetheart in the world. I doubt it if she's got any kind of alcohol problems, because pretty much anybody who has...
You know what she has, though?
Problems,
daddy issues if she's dating Jerry Lawler.
That is true. Not to play psychologist here, but most people that are in situations like that have at least a little something off. And if they've got the daddy issue and the self-esteem problem, they probably are heavy drinkers. They probably are quick to anger because they've got the self-esteem that they need to, like, the defense mechanism. The more I think about it, the more I'm on Lawler's side. But still, just bad publicity in general and getting arrested, it's going to hurt Lawler. And
I'm not going to villainize her until all the facts are out, but based on what's being said and what is out, it's sounding more and more like, and the more I talk about it, it's sounding more and more like he's dating a really young chick that can't handle her liquor and it got ugly.
Mm-hmm. And they'd be like, "Sir, why are you attacking your daughter?" Like, first off, I didn't attack her. And second off, she's not my daughter.
She only calls me daddy in bed.
Yeah. See, if you said we couldn't turn domestic violence into jokes. But yeah, I think that there's a good chance WWE releases him no matter what. Because they released Hulk Hogan, they've released other people in the past for similar kind of things. Because they could always just bring him back. And they don't really need him either, you know?
And let's be real. Jerry Lawler's 66. How much longer do you really want him on the commentary table? Like, his skills have been deteriorating for several years, and he's actually been revitalized somewhat by this heel turn, or pseudo-heel turn, because he's not quite full-on heel. But,
he's more of just like a bitter old fuck that says a couple mean things.
Yeah, pretty much. That's a good, accurate way of saying that. So, honestly, how much stock do you really want to put in Jerry Lawler at age 66? Don't you want to start letting the younger color commentator get out there and get his voice on there so that he can build that character that people are talking about 30 years from now?
Do you know who's doing commentary on SmackDown right now? I know Ronaldo is.
Ronaldo, Jerry Lawler, and I want to say Saxton.
Because I know that Tom Phillips has been really stepping up his game. And Corey Graves is supposed to be, like, kind of groomed for maybe, like, another commentary spot. The two of them on NXT, they could end up moving up and doing, like, say we've got, like, Monday Night Raw is Saxton, Cole, and JBL. SmackDown is Ronaldo, Tom Phillips, and Corey Graves.
So it is Saxton. Apparently, Rich Brennan was a part of the team with Jerry Lawler and Booker T prior to Ronaldo getting the spot. Oh,
yeah, Brennan got knocked out when they got Ronaldo, basically. And then Booker, he's just backstage, just doing the spin-a-rooney a bunch. Yeah, I mean, Lawler doesn't have a spot that they need him anymore. He can take time off, they can release him, they can bring him back in a year, that kind of a thing. They did.
I've always thought that he's perfect for NXT. To nurture those guys, teach them some old school stuff, because Lawler doesn't get enough credit. Equally as good as Ric Flair ever was, if not better in my eyes. He can teach him how to cut a real promo too. I mean, if you go back and listen to some of the shit he used to say, a lot of it was like edgy stuff too. He was very on the ball.
That Goldust promo.
Oh shit, I'm going back before then, but that was pretty fucking bad.
That's someone that you can't do that promo now. But yeah, I mean, I like the idea of Lawler going down NXT if they do that, and I mean, it might be better for him too. It's not travel around all that much too.
Well, he's also got the itch to get in the ring all the time. Maybe this should makes him shut the fuck up.
Maybe
it's like get in the ring with the young kids, teach them what to do, and then go beat your wife up in Memphis, whatever.
Well, I'm sure we're going to hear more and more about this through the next couple of days, and probably by the time we do the next episode of Smack Talk, it'll be another hot tag where either he does get future endeavored or something else comes about, and we find out that, like, it was Austin. Oh, no, it was Austin. It was McMahon all along. Or
I mean, there was a domestic violence case that Austin was a part of.
Austin. That is true.
By the way, everyone's going to vilify King for this, yeah, and rightfully so if it's true. None of you fuckers are going to vilify Austin for it, I guarantee you that.
Mm-hmm. Plenty of other people have been in domestic violence things that people just kind of sweep under the rug.
Before you all want to say, fuck you, Jerry Lawler, you better say fuck you to Stone Cold Steve Austin, too. I got a feeling you won't be.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, well, obviously, if there is any kind of, like, future endeavors, that'll be posted up on the website, and we'll do that as another hot tag down the line or whatever like that, but... any parting words when it comes to this? Let me check one more time to see if there hasn't been a news break since we have been starting this. Oh, wait. It looks like there might be. Jerry Lawler arrest update. What do we have here? They were released from jail on bail around 1 p.m. due to be arranged Monday morning. Oh, that's it. All right. So they're just not having another night in the Slammer. There's no repeat pay-per-view.
I wonder if they're going home together.
Yeah, that's got to be awkward. It's like, so 1 car, 2 cars. You want an Uber or just like imagine going home after that and it's like, gonna make some eggs. You want some?
Can I have your sister's number?
You got any 27-year-old friends of yours? I can start dating. She's like, you got any 66-year-olds? Alrighty. Yeah, any last thoughts when it comes to this?
Fuck's sake, Jerry Lawler. You're too old for this shit. That's all I got.
Pulling a Murtaugh. Nothing more on my end, so make sure that you guys leave your comments below. Tell us what you think of this whole situation, if you're leaning one way or the other, or if you just want to crack some jokes like assholes like we are. Either way, hit that subscribe button, that thumbs up as well if you want to see more small packages in the future, because the more that you guys thumb this up and the more positive responses we get to it, the more that we're going to be inclined to do these little short episodes. That'll be it, though, for this small package. Thank you all for listening, everybody. This has been another Smark Out moment, and we're being counted out.